Hey YouTube, in this video we are going to be talking about skills and the role it plays in attractiveness.
And of course, the reason why skills are so attractive is because skill and competence are basically the same word. And competence is a very high valued trait because it shows, first of all, experience, and second of all, like a sort of smoothness when it comes to certain predicaments, right? So first off, the question arises of what kind of skills should you be looking to learn? And it honestly depends on what you're looking to attract, right? If it sounds like common sense, but if you're looking to attract someone that values music, then of course it's very important to learn like music skills, right? Because that's something that they value more, so that's therefore something they find more impressive and as more attractive compared to other skills, right? Now, if we compare it to another skill, like let's say art, for example, art is a skill that's very similar to the piano in the same way where, of course, it depends on if the person values the subject that matter, right? Like if someone is interested in art, then of course they're gonna value it more. But it's also a thing similar to the piano where it's very hard to do for the normal person. So even if they don't value art, let's say, it's still something that's well known as being impressive at the very least, and it'll definitely get some attention and get some eyes on you.
Art can be seen as a romantic thing because you could, for example, you could draw the other person and it's seen in a floaty way.
Lastly, I wanted to say that skills do depend on a case-by-case, scenario-to-scenario situation because certain people might value different things. But in general, it's going to hold true that if you know a skill that's difficult to learn, it's going to be seen as impressive, and it'll at the very least get you some attention and some eyes on you just by being able to do it. Like our previous two examples, being able to draw and being able to play the piano, because not everyone can do it. It's rare, so therefore it's seen as something valuable. Last but not least, skill that's very high return on investment, that's, in my opinion, very valuable to learn, is learning some form of martial arts. And the reason why I say this is because martial arts is something that, first of all, is very rare to see people practice, so it's something unique and it's going to have a very high level of value. But also, martial arts holds many benefits for things like your physique, for example, because it's something that burns a high amount of calories. It's going to obviously help you get in better shape. It'll help you lose those extra pounds. And it's a skill that's very difficult to learn and that not a lot of people stick with. So if you stay consistent and you keep at martial arts, it'll be a very high ROI investment. And just as a final tip, keep in mind the whole idea of the difficulty of a skill being directly correlated to its perceived impressiveness and, of course, attractiveness. When you look at certain skills like video games, it's a decent hobby, right? But because it's a skill that's fairly easy to pick up and that's not showing any real direct skills like how soccer might be showing teamwork or how art might be showing your creativity, video games don't really get to showcase a lot of those abilities, and therefore it isn't seen as a very highly attractive skill when it comes to being attractive, if that makes sense. And with all of that being said, that's the video. If you guys learned anything or enjoyed, please hit the like and subscribe button.